All right, guys, this is Normal Central coming back at you with another YouTube video, and I really appreciate all the love and support so far. Be sure to follow my social media accounts on Instagram and also Twitter as well. I'm trying to get consistent YouTube videos out each and every day about Florida State recruiting, Florida State team news, everything else in between. But I really do appreciate for all the love and support that I've had so far. Be sure to hit the like button before we start today, and also subscribe to the channel. It is completely free. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is a huge conversation that we've had so far with Florida State recruiting. Of course, the offensive line recruiting has not gotten any offensive line prospects so far. You had a TT go to USC as well as Nole. You've had a couple of different targets that have went elsewhere, and now you're trying to find a great fit for Florida State in terms of being the number one guy there. And Jonathan Daniels, a five-star offensive tackle, four-star by some other sites as well, and three-star on 247. He's kind of all over the place, especially coming from Pine Forest High School in Pensacola. This was a situation where Florida State has been in the lead for quite some time, has five crystal ball predictions to Florida State, has actually visited Florida State during the big June 23rd weekend. I think that was something that Florida State really wanted to hit home with him, was just making sure that he felt comfortable with the Seminoles. You talk about Luke Cromenhawk was a situation there, a four-star quarterback commit that Florida State's been, basically offered his first opportunity to come to Florida State. He later committed to Florida State and has been a leader for this class ever since. And I understand the fact of Jonathan Daniels wanting to kind of wait around and see his options. A lot of people were talking about, okay, July 4th is going to come around. There were some rumblings about maybe him making a decision. And next thing you know, he makes a top three of Kentucky as well as Georgia and Florida State. And, when you look at everything else going on there, is he an interior offensive lineman? Is he an offensive tackle? The offensive tackle class in the 24 cycle is not great. So Florida State may be able to utilize him as an offensive tackle at this point because he's about 6'4", 280. So you really have to think, what do you utilize him more as? And you got guys like Demetri Emmanuel as well as Wes Harris that are going to be leaving after this season, and you're trying to find the best fit for what you have on the offensive line. But considering you took so many offensive linemen in the 22 class, and then you turn around and you had two solid pieces in Lucas Simmons as well as Otto in your 23 class with some transfers that you brought in too with Byers and some other guys as well, does that really necessarily mean that you're going to get 4 to 5 offensive linemen in this class? I don't think so. So I think Florida State may be able to go ahead and get 2 or 3. The other offensive lineman that you may have to monitor with this is three-star Ty Hilton. I think this is a guy that Florida State likes as well. He kind of hinted that he may be deciding on late July, early August. But with Daniels, he has kind of announced that this is a commitment watch that Knowles 24/7, some other outlets have actually indicated that basically he's going to be deciding on July the 15th. We've got a couple other prospects as well that's going to be deciding on July 15th. But the main thing there is that Daniels is a guy that Florida State needs to bring in. They've already missed out on 2 of their top targets at this point. Daniels is definitely up there in that regard, and I definitely think you need to land Daniels in this class to be able to solidify that offensive line rotation in this class. And I know Alex Atkins is doing a tremendous job, especially with trying to expand the board as much as he can. Problem is, it's a weaker class. So you're trying to figure out what fits best for Florida State. And I definitely think Daniels could have a great shot in going to Florida State if he so chooses. But I think this is going to be a pretty good thing for Florida State as we go through here. Daniels has been to Florida State multiple times at this point. It's been to Georgia a couple as well as Kentucky. So we'll definitely see how everything pans out. But Florida State has definitely got the inside track on the Pensacola native. And I think they could be able to get his services pretty soon. But I really appreciate all the love and support so far on my social media accounts as well as my YouTube account as well. Like I said before, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. And I'll see you next time. And go Noles.